Every morning is a new beginning, a fresh page, a quiet invitation to rewrite the story of who you are becoming. Before the world demands your attention, before your responsibilities pull you in every direction, you have a sacred moment where your words can shift your energy, your focus, and your entire day. And in those first moments, the voice you speak to yourself with matters more than any voice you will hear throughout the entire day. Because every morning you are in a battle, not with the world, but with your own doubts, your fears, your old patterns, your insecurities, and the heaviness you sometimes carry from yesterday. And the truth is, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is speak life into your morning before negativity has a chance to speak to you. There are 9 things you must remind yourself of each morning. Not because your life is perfect, not because you have it all figured out, but because your mind needs guidance, structure, and belief before it steps into a world that can easily drain your energy. These morning declarations build your confidence, strengthen your spirit, and help you walk into the day with clarity, power, and intention. When you speak to yourself with truth and purpose, you are not just repeating words. You are shaping your mindset, redirecting your attention, and aligning yourself with the person you want to be. And when you repeat these 9 reminders day after day, you begin to notice something. Your mindset becomes stronger, your reactions become calmer, your goals become clearer, and your spirit becomes more grounded. The world will always try to tell you who you should be, but your mornings are the space where you get to tell yourself who you truly are. And when you do that with honesty, intention, and courage, your entire day transforms because you start leading yourself instead of letting the world lead you. These 9 reminders are not just affirmations. They are a roadmap back to your power. They are the foundation you stand on when self-doubt creeps in, the anchor that helps you stay steady in the middle of chaos, and the truth you return to when life tests your strength. And when you speak them every morning, you reclaim your worth, your purpose, and your direction. So begin each day with these truths. Speak them with conviction. Repeat them with belief. And remind yourself that every morning is another chance to grow, another chance to rise, and another chance to step into your highest self. There is a power that awakens inside you the moment you remind yourself that you are capable of handling anything life puts in front of you. And when you start your morning by affirming your strength, you reshape the way your mind processes challenges, and you begin to see obstacles differently, not as threats, but as opportunities to rise. And this shift in perspective becomes the foundation of a powerful mindset. And when you allow yourself to believe that you are capable, you naturally stand taller, breathe deeper, and carry yourself with a sense of quiet confidence that follows you through the entire day. And it is this belief that separates individuals who freeze in the face of adversity from those who navigate their struggles with determination. And each morning you must remind yourself that you have already survived your hardest days. You have already overcome situations that at one point felt impossible, and you did not just make it through them, you grew through them. And this awareness gives you the courage to walk into a new day with certainty instead of fear. And as you repeat this truth to yourself daily, you begin training your brain to focus on solutions rather than problems, strength rather than doubt, progress rather than defeat, and slowly your mind begins to expect strength from you rather than weakness. And this daily reminder helps you face unexpected situations with grace because you no longer question your ability to handle life. You simply handle it, and every morning when you say, "I am capable," you activate resilience that has lived inside you all along, and you begin to trust yourself deeply. And this trust becomes the anchor that keeps you steady when life starts shaking. And when you trust yourself, You stop overthinking every small step, you stop fearing failure, and you stop giving your energy to things that were never meant to break you, and instead, you direct your strength into the areas where it truly matters, and you start building a life where confidence is your foundation, discipline is your air companion, and resilience is your daily language. And when you affirm your capability every morning, you're not lying to yourself, you are reminding your spirit of something it already knows, but sometimes forgets in the noise of life. And that reminder can transform your entire morning, your entire mindset, and ultimately your entire life. Because when you begin your day with inner certainty, the world outside loses its power to intimidate you. And that is how real growth begins, with one powerful morning affirmation that strengthens the mind before the world even wakes up. Every morning, when you tell yourself that today you choose progress over perfection, you are freeing your mind from one of the biggest mental traps that holds people back. And that trap is the illusion that everything must be flawless before it can begin. And this mindset silently destroys dreams, because perfection is never real, never stable, never achievable. And the more you chase it, the more you delay your own growth. And that is why reminding yourself daily that progress is the only goal liberates your spirit and sharpens your focus. And when you begin your morning with this declaration, you allow yourself to move forward without fear of judgment, without fear of mistakes, and without fear of failure, because progress means showing up, trying, learning, adjusting, and improving slowly but consistently. And this mind sets every day into an opportunity instead of a pressure-filled test you must pass. And as you embrace progress, you begin noticing the small wins that perfection often blinds you to. And these small wins build the foundation of confidence. And confidence becomes fuel that pushes you toward bigger victories. And each morning, this reminder teaches you that perfection is nothing more than procrastination disguised as high standards. And the people who achieve great things are not the ones who wait to feel ready. They are the ones who begin even when they feel unsure. And every morning you must remind yourself that a single imperfect step is more valuable than 1,000 perfect intentions, because intentions change nothing unless you act on them. And when you commit to progress, you allow yourself to be human, to be vulnerable, to be a learner, and this humility strengthens your mind far more than perfection ever could. And as you walk into each day with this mindset, you begin to release the pressure of being flawless. And instead you embrace the joy of becoming better. And this quiet shift changes the way you think, work, and live, for it teaches you that greatness is built through practice, discipline, and patience, not through unrealistic expectations. And when you remind yourself each morning to choose progress, you silence the voice that says it must be perfect, and you amplify the voice that says just begin. And that voice is the one that will carry you to the life you dream of. And by making progress your focus, you become more consistent, more present, and more resilient. And your mind becomes stronger because it learns to celebrate effort rather than perfection, growth rather than stagnation, and courage rather than fear. And this daily reminder empowers you to show up in your own life with confidence, knowing that every step counts, every effort matters, and every small improvement brings you closer to your highest self. And when you train yourself to see progress as success, you eliminate the stress that comes from comparison, and you embrace the beauty of your own journey. And this shift turns your mornings into moments of empowerment, where you choose movement over hesitation, action over overthinking, and progress over perfection. And that single choice has the power to transform your entire day and eventually your entire life. Every morning, when you remind yourself that you are in control control of your thoughts and emotions, you are planting a seed of empowerment that grows throughout your entire day, because the way you think and feel shapes the reality you experience. And when your mind is ruled by reactive emotions, by doubt or by fear, your energy becomes scattered, your decisions become unclear, and your life begins to feel like it is happening to you instead of through you. And this is why claiming control over your inner world each morning is not just important. It is essential, because it teaches your mind that you are the driver of your life, not circumstances, not other people, and not fleeting feelings. And when you internalize this truth, you begin to operate from a place of power rather than panic, confidence rather than confusion, and clarity rather than chaos. Your thoughts are like currents in a river, and if you do not steer them intentionally, they carry you wherever they wish, often toward worry, regret, or negativity. And yet, when you start your morning by affirming your control over them, you set the tone for the entire day, teaching yourself to notice unhelpful thoughts, redirect mental energy toward solutions, and focus on what truly serves your growth and well-being. And this practice builds mental discipline, and mental discipline builds resilience. And resilience allows you to navigate challenges with grace rather than struggle, because every moment you spend mastering your inner landscape strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. When you say to yourself, I am in control of my thoughts and emotions, you are not denying that difficult feelings exist. You are simply choosing not to let them dictate your actions, not letting them define your identity, and not giving them the power to derail your goals. And this distinction is crucial, because emotional mastery is not about ignoring feelings. It is about responding to them consciously, calmly, and wisely. And each morning you affirm this control. You are creating a habit of self-awareness that grows stronger over time. And the stronger this habit becomes, the more empowered you feel in every area of your life, and the less external circumstances can shake your confidence or stability. Control over your mind is also about ownership, because when you recognize that your reactions are yours to shape, you stop blaming the world for your discomfort. You stop letting others' actions dictate your happiness, and you stop allowing your emotions to run on autopilot, and instead you reclaim your power and reclaim your day. And this is why morning affirmations about mental control are transformative, because the first thoughts you give yourself in the morning often influence the first decisions you make, and those decisions compound into patterns, and those patterns eventually become your reality. And controlling your mind in the morning is the first step toward controlling the outcomes of your life. Daily repetition of this affirmation also strengthens your emotional intelligence, because you learn to recognize triggers, to pause before reacting, and to choose responses that serve your long-term goals rather than temporary impulses. And when you practice this consistently, your relationships improve, your decision-making improves, and your inner peace deepens, because you are no longer at the mercy of mood swings, negativity, or impulsive reactions, and your mind becomes a sanctuary instead of a battlefield. So every morning, tell yourself that you are in control of your thoughts and emotions. Say it with conviction, believe it with intention, and repeat it until it becomes second nature, because the person who controls their mind controls their life. And once you claim this power consistently, you will notice clarity replacing confusion, confidence replacing doubt, and calm replacing chaos. And your days will begin to unfold with a sense of purpose, strength, and freedom that only comes to those who consciously lead their inner world before leading the outer one. Every morning, reminding yourself that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness is one of the most powerful declarations you can make, because your sense of worth forms the foundation foundation of every thought, every decision, and every action you take throughout the day. And when you internalize your worth, you naturally set higher standards for yourself, attract healthier relationships, and create opportunities that align with your values. And yet so many people wake up without this reminder, and their minds default to doubt, comparison, and self-criticism, and as a result, their actions are limited, their energy is drained, and their growth is slow. But when you start your morning affirming your worth, you are choosing to step into your day with confidence, clarity, and self-respect, and this simple practice begins to shift the trajectory of your life. Feeling worthy is not about ego or arrogance. It is about recognizing that you are valuable simply because you exist, that your dreams matter, and that your efforts deserve acknowledgement. And when you affirm your worth each morning, you are rewiring your mind to stop seeking validation from others and instead to trust in your own value. Because self-worth is an internal currency that cannot be borrowed or stolen. It is cultivated, nurtured, and protected from the influence of external criticism, comparison, or judgment. And this morning practice builds resilience, emotional stability, and a sense of inner power that guides your decisions and actions throughout the day. When you tell yourself, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness, you are also setting a tone of abundance rather than scarcity, because many people unconsciously operate from the belief that they are not enough, and that belief creates limitations, hesitation, and self-sabotage. And over time, it becomes a pattern that prevents them from pursuing opportunities, expressing their true selves, or accepting joy when it arrives. But when you consciously affirm your worth in the morning, you replace scarcity with confidence, doubt with belief, and fear with courage. And each repetition strengthens your identity as someone deserving of a full, meaningful, and successful life. And this identity informs every choice you make, from your interactions with others to the goals you set and pursue. Worthiness also fuels motivation and perseverance, because when you believe you deserve good things, you are more likely to act toward them with intention, dedication, and consistency, and you are less likely to settle for less than what aligns with your vision. And this mindset prevents you from being swayed by negativity, distraction, or discouragement, because you are anchored in the truth that your value is inherent and non-negotiable. And this anchor allows you to navigate challenges, setbacks, and criticism without losing confidence, direction, or hope. And the stronger your sense of worth, the more courage you have to pursue your goals relentlessly. Daily affirmation of your worth also nurtures your emotional and mental health, because it creates an inner dialogue of compassion, encouragement, and love rather than self-judgment, harsh criticism, or comparison. And when you practice this consistently, your mind begins to filter negativity, your heart begins to attract positive experiences, and your actions naturally align with your highest potential, because a person who believes they are worthy makes choices that honor that worth. And this self-honoring behavior leads to growth, success, fulfillment, and happiness, and it becomes a feedback loop that strengthens your confidence, resilience, and inner peace over time. So every morning, remind yourself, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. Say it with conviction, feel it with your heart, and carry it with intention into every interaction, every decision, and every action, because when you start your day grounded in worthiness, you naturally create a life that mirrors that belief, a life filled with purpose, joy, abundance, and the courage to pursue your dreams without hesitation. And this single affirmation becomes a guiding principle that empowers your mind, transforms your mindset, and elevates your entire life. Every morning, when you remind yourself that you will embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, you are planting a mindset of resilience and empowerment that will guide your thoughts, actions, and reactions throughout the day, because challenges are inevitable, obstacles are unavoidable, and difficulties will always arise. Yet it is not the presence of struggle that defines your success. It is how you respond to it. And when you begin your day with the conscious decision to see every challenge as a stepping stone rather than a setback, you transform your mind from a place of fear and resistance into a place of courage, curiosity, and determination. And this mental shift has the power to change not only the outcome of your day, but the trajectory of your life. Challenges often arrive unannounced. They test our patience, push our limits, and force us to confront our insecurities. And it is easy to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or defeated when life seems heavy. But when you train your mind every morning to embrace difficulty as a teacher, a guide, and an opportunity for growth, you begin to see every obstacle as a chance to strengthen your character, sharpen your skills, and expand your understanding of yourself. And this perspective transforms struggle into a valuable, intentional part of your journey rather than a barrier to your success, because the way you interpret challenges determines the way you experience life. And your morning mindset sets that interpretation in motion. When you affirm that challenges are opportunities to grow, you cultivate resilience because you no longer fear failure, setbacks, or criticism, and instead you see these experiences as necessary steps in your evolution. And with each challenge you face, your confidence grows, your determination strengthens, and your ability to navigate uncertainty improves. Because every time you confront difficulty with a growth mindset, you are training your brain to see solutions, to remain calm under pressure, and to extract lessons from situations that might have once caused despair. And over time, this daily practice creates a mind that is prepared for anything, adaptable and unstoppable. Embracing challenges also develops courage because it requires you to step into discomfort, to face fear, and to act despite uncertainty. And courage grows when practiced consistently, especially in the morning when you set the tone for your day, because the first thoughts you give yourself influence your actions, your decisions, and your energy throughout the day. And when you consciously choose growth over avoidance, you teach yourself to rise above obstacles, to maintain clarity in chaos, and to persist even when progress feels slow. And this daily reminder builds the kind of inner strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances, setbacks, or negative opinions, and it creates a mindset of unwavering resilience. Daily affirmation of embracing challenges also strengthens your problem-solving skills, because when you see difficulty as an opportunity rather than a threat, your mind actively seeks solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and you learn to approach life with creativity, resourcefulness, and focus. And over time, this mindset expands your capacity for leadership, initiative, and personal mastery, because a person who sees challenges as growth opportunities, not panic. When difficulties arise, they adapt, they learn, they innovate, and they continue moving forward. And this ability to thrive under pressure sets you apart from those who allow obstacles to define them or limit their potential. So every morning, tell yourself, I will embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, speak it with intention, believe it with conviction, and carry it with courage into every situation you face. Because when you begin your day with this mindset, you transform obstacles into teachers, fear into fuel, and struggle into growth, and your mind becomes stronger, your character becomes wiser, and your life begins to unfold in alignment with your highest potential. And this single practice has the power to create a lifetime of resilience, strength, and meaningful success. Every morning is an opportunity to reset your mind, reclaim your power, and step into the life you are meant to live. The words you speak to yourself in the quiet moments before the world demands your attention are not just affirmations. They are declarations that shape your mindset, your actions, and your destiny. When you tell yourself that you are capable, that you choose progress over perfection, that you are in control of your thoughts and emotions, that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness, and that you will embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, you are planting seeds of strength, courage, and resilience that will guide you throughout the day and beyond. Embracing challenges also develops courage because it requires you to step into discomfort, to face fear, and to act despite uncertainty. And courage grows when practiced consistently, especially in the morning when you set the tone for your day, because the first thoughts you give yourself influence your actions, your decisions, and your energy throughout the day, and when you consciously choose growth over avoidance. You teach yourself to rise above obstacles, to maintain clarity in chaos, and to persist even when progress feels slow. And this daily reminder builds the kind of inner strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances, setbacks, or negative opinions, and it creates a mindset of unwavering resilience. Daily affirmation of embracing challenges also strengthens your problem-solving skills, because when you see difficulty as an opportunity rather than a threat, your mind actively seeks solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and you learn to approach life with creativity, resourcefulness, and focus, and over time, this mindset expands your capacity for leadership, initiative, and personal mastery, because a person who sees challenges as growth opportunities does not panic when difficulties arise. They adapt, they learn, they innovate, and they continue moving forward. And this ability to thrive under pressure sets you apart from those who allow obstacles to define them or limit their potential. So every morning, tell yourself, I will embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, speak it with intention, believe it with conviction, and carry it with every situation you face, because when you begin your day with this mindset, you transform obstacles into teachers, fear into fuel, and struggle into growth, and your mind becomes stronger, your character becomes wiser, and your life begins to unfold in alignment with your highest potential. And this single practice has the power to create a lifetime of resilience, strength, and meaningful success. Every morning is an opportunity to reset your mind, reclaim your power, and step into the life you are meant to live. The words you speak to yourself in the quiet moments before the world demands your attention are not just affirmations. They're declarations that shape your mindset, your actions, and your destiny. When you tell yourself that you are capable, that you choose progress over perfection, that you are in control of your thoughts and emotions, that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness, and that you will embrace challenges as opportunities to grow, you are planting seeds of strength, courage, and resilience that will guide you throughout the day and beyond. The truth is, life will always test you. There will always be distractions, doubts, and difficulties, but your morning mindset gives you the power to meet each challenge with clarity, confidence, and determination. By speaking to yourself with intention, you are training your mind to focus on growth instead of fear, action instead of hesitation, and purpose instead of chaos. These 9 reminders are more than words. They are tools, weapons, and anchors that protect your mental space, strengthen your discipline, and align your energy with your highest potential. So start each day with these affirmations, speak them with conviction, and carry their power into every thought, decision, and action. Your mornings are sacred. They set the tone for your life. And when you make a habit of telling yourself these truths every day, you no longer let circumstances dictate your mood, your worth, or your future. Instead, you lead yourself with courage, purpose, and resilience. Remember, the person you become tomorrow is shaped by the words you tell yourself today. And every morning is another chance to step into the strongest, wisest, and most empowered version of yourself.